Anthony Jewelry Show. That means gold, okay? Gold all day, all night, especially with our today's special. We'll remind you about the earrings, but we have to talk about a pendant that's so near and dear to so many people. And maybe the timing is right where you want to ask and call upon Saint Anthony, the patron saint of lost causes. This is an event price. This is a specialty piece, and the closer we get, the better, because the artistry is here. Have you ever said a prayer to Saint Anthony and had received that comfort and that feeling of my prayers have been heard? Then this is where you might want that reminder when times are a little bit cloudy.
Yep.
Right?
And he's also the patron saint of the lost and found. Usually that's
right, of course.
When I call on him the most, it's either you've lost something or, as you say, someone is in very bad way.
Sure. Ooh,
and
goosebumps.
You need his help. But magnificent piece. This comes from the original dies. These dies were made around the turn of the century, brought from Europe here. This was a company that I bought, so it gave me great pleasure to make these. I'd watched them being made as, you know, when I first entered the jewelry industry. And these are, first off, very hard to find. And again, the value here, look at the size of that.
Oh, in gold for this price at $89? Even if it had a smiley face on it, okay, it would be great.
Yep.
You know, I've gone to several bookstores and jewelry stores over the years that had a spiritual inclination, and there was a Catholic bookstore that I really enjoyed, and they had a jewelry counter there. They had like, I mean, bless them, they're in the book business, I get that. But it's not like your church has a gift shop, right? So here is a way to connect with that spiritual jewelry from the people who have their roots, their heart and souls in that faith. So, and by the way, of course, you don't need to be any flavor in order to call upon Saint Anthony. Here is that reminiscent, that reminder, token piece, that talisman of Saint Anthony to bring you through dark times or to pray for somebody else. And that, how did you get that finish there?
It's actually a sandblasted finish, but part of the technique is you create the piece, you polish the entire thing, and then there were certain steel masks that protect the high polish, and then you just sandblast. But there are many tricks to making sure that it's a proper sand, that it's properly clean.
Yeah. It's not like you went to the beach and got it.
No, you can't quite do that. You could sift it if you wanted to go to the beach, but more important, the color of the gold, because that's the plate. That's not plated. That's the natural color. The color of the gold, and to make sure the purity of the sand, and it's crystal clear.
Can we go really, really close on this, guys? Because that's where you're gonna see what each little particle of sand did in terms of the relief, in terms of the way that this has been created. That's incredible. You know, we were just talking about coin jewelry, coins, not even coin jewelry. This reminds me of a coin, of course, and in gold with all of that detail. You can see the halo, you can see the folds of Saint Anthony's garment, his garb. You can see the different sort of muscles and flesh of the baby that he's holding.
Yeah, it's
a beautiful piece. It really, really is. So maybe you could have this engraved with an important date on the back.
And it's funny, you know, we were talking about coins. This is made exactly the same way that a gold eagle coin is made.
There you go.
You start out with a much larger one and then you work it. So it's a beautiful piece, and it's also amazing when you see the quality, because
the artistry, right? The artistry is incredible in this.
I wonder if we're going to get
let's
a
talk
chance
about
to
these
show
chains.
That,
if you're wondering about the chain that's out here, this is, I want to.
Yeah, I think we're doing that one next.
Okay, so this is a chain that's coming up. You know what?
Yeah, the mirror link.
Hold on, Mary. We're going to get to you in just a moment. We want to just figure out a little bit of a mystery about the chains. This is the mirror.
That's
the mirror chain is coming up in a few. We had the brilliant chain last hour, which was a lovely 1.1 millimeter, but super tough, fine chain in terms of the gauge, but also very, very strong. If you're still on the line for our St. Anthony, don't go anywhere. If you're going, oh my gosh, I need to get that, I would definitely suggest joining us immediately so that you don't have have to try to figure out how to get this piece somewhere else. You won't find it. And it is on 4 months at $22.49. Okay, coming up, we do have those chains.